is 3 things you are not doing that is killing your business. And I'm really excited to share these things with you, because I know that once you start implementing these 3 things that I'm going to discuss with you, you're going to see a major shift in your business almost pretty much immediately. It doesn't take that long to start to get people enrolled, clients enrolled into your coaching program, or representatives enrolled into your network marketing business or online marketing, affiliate business, whatever it is that you do. It's actually pretty simple, okay? And once I share these 3 things with you that are killing your business, you're going to see, like, wow, had I been implementing these things 3 months ago, I probably would have seen a huge difference. And one of my good friends, Amir Mahmood, and his friend, William Wood, who's actually brothers with Dave Wood of Empower Network, sorry, I had to drink some water there. These guys are doing some amazing things with their coaching business, and I really started to pay attention to that, because I was involved in their private mastermind group, and I was seeing how every single day Amir and William are bringing in new people into their group every single day, sometimes 8 to 10 people every single day into his business. And a lot of those people, a good majority of those people, I would say at least like 60, maybe 70%, I might have to ask him, I'll ask him to get real numbers on that, but I know it's a high percentage of those people are actually turning into paying customers. And so once I became aware of this strategy, I was like, this makes so much sense. And if more people knew about this, if people, the real, not just more people, but the people who are actually really serious about building their business, not just the people who are entertaining the idea of building a business, because let's be honest, there's a lot of people who are online or attempting to build a business who have no business doing it at all, right? So, but I said to myself, I said, well, if there was more people that are actually really dedicated to their business, if they knew how to do this, then they would be so much more successful. They would be enrolling more people, and they would actually be giving way more value to the marketplace, and they wouldn't be running around like chickens with their head cut off. They would actually know what they're doing. They would actually have a focus. They would have purpose every single day when they woke up, because they know that they have to continue delivering content. So I'm going to share these 3 things that are killing your business right now that you're not doing. And, first, let me just kind of tell you a little bit about my story. I have been in direct sales for about 7 years now. I actually started out doing door-to-door sales, selling lower natural gas and electricity prices to consumers door-to-door, going to their residential homes and businesses. And I got really good at this, and I started, at about 3-4 years in, I figured out I was really great at training people how to sell. It was just like, at first it really started out with me paying attention to how people were responding to me, and I had this personal goal that I never told anybody about, but I started just paying attention to what my close ratio was. And I said, well, if I'm at a 2 out of 10 close ratio now, how do I get that to a 3 out of 10? And I was like, well, obviously there's nothing else I can add. There's not really, I knew it wasn't like, I can't really give these people anything. I was just starting out. I didn't really have any money to invest into my business or into the customers. So I was like, I guess I'm going to have to, there's something about me that's going to have to shift. So, really at the beginning of my career in sales, I really started doing this, but I started paying attention to how people would respond to me. I would pay attention to when I would say certain things in a certain tone, in a certain, and standing in a certain posture, how they would respond. I would notice when people would look at me funny, or they'd slam the door in my face, and I'm like, well, gee, why are they doing this to me? What is going on here? So I really started paying attention to my communication, my body language, and then that just kind of evolved into me just becoming this super salesman, this person who just was able to build rapport with people on demand, anytime, any place, anywhere. It doesn't matter, any culture. I'm pretty much really great at at talking to anybody and sparking up a conversation and getting them to buy things. Now, I've had most of my success in the door-to-door and the direct sales industry, and in coaching and training. I've not really been a big, huge affiliate marketer or network marketer. I've tried those things. I've tried a lot of those. But where I really excel at is really just getting directly to the point in front of a customer, making a sale, and then training representatives how to do the same thing. That's been my passion. That's what I've loved to do. That's where I excel the most. And anytime I try to step out of that, actually, I really find myself in a lot of trouble. I'm like, whoa, what do I do here? So anyway, I realized about 3-4 years in that I was really, really good at training people, and I was just really aware of what they were doing. I was like, okay, this is what you're doing. If you change it and you do it like this, you're going to get XYZ results. You're going to get way better results than what you're getting. And people were actually getting real results. Like, people that had never made more than $400 or $500 a week were making $1,500 to $2,000 a week. They were becoming managers. They were training other people. And so I was like, I have something here. I really have something. I was like, I really can, I started getting people, owners of companies who were investing in me, to believe in me, who believed in me and were backing me, to continue to drive their sales force, to continue to train their salespeople and really get them to understand how to do door-to-door sales, because there was such a high turnaround rate. If you know anything about door-to-door, there's such a high turnaround rate in that industry. And so I was helping, rectify that problem, at least in the seasons, especially here on the East Coast. At least in the seasons where there were our hot seasons, people were really selling, and were really, the office was seeing great numbers. So that's what I've spent a lot of my time doing, and now shifting my focus onto just simply training and coaching. And that's, like I said, that's what I love to do. I have several clients who I train and coach. I still do coaching for door-to-door sales teams, which I love. I think it's really fun. I enjoy it. But now I'm really, really focusing more of my attention on, like I said, sales training, and also in marketing, just really understanding how to market properly, how to add a ton of value, because I've had so much time and experience in sales and dealing with the public and dealing with people and understanding what makes people tick, what makes people, like you, how to build rapport, how do you get them to make a decision with you and they don't even know you, right? But now I'm finding, so many other more effective ways to get long-term customers by just delivering a whole bunch of value, just a value-based business, built on pure value, and then just providing excellent service once once people are enrolled into your program or buy your product or whatever it is that you do. And I see a lot of people, especially like that are in network marketing or they're with companies, they just simply promote their company. They promote their company, how great the company is, how many years it's been around, how many millionaires they have, and they fail to understand that they need to connect. That you need to connect to your audience. You need to be offering value. So let me just jump right into the 3 things that you're not doing that's killing your business. And I'll go over some other things at another time. But right now, these 3 things I'm seeing that the top income earners online, the top coaches are doing, and they are excelling beyond belief. I mean, it is just amazing how well people are doing, especially in the coaching industry and the affiliate marketing industry. When they start implementing these 3 things that I'm going to tell you about, their businesses are on fire. They have teams of people who are cooperating. They're sought after by people with huge teams. Their opportunities are abundant, and I want the same thing for you. So that's why I want to share them with you now. The number 1 thing that you're not doing, you're not having a weekly live training. And what I mean by that is something live, something where people can not only just like a Google Hangout where you're getting in front of a couple hundred people or 10 people or how many ever people, and you're just, spouting things off. I'm talking about an interactive live training where people can comment, people can hop on the webinar with you, and they can see you, you can see them. You can do demonstrations, you can do live testimonials, you can do all these types of things, right? This is what I'm seeing a lot of people that are not doing, and the people that are doing it, their business is multiple six-figure income. It doesn't take any longer. Within 60 to 90 days, they're seeing a huge dramatic increase in productivity, in income, in people wanting to join their business. It's letting people know. It's basically like you're like a little home. It's like where people know that they can go and they can find you every week, once or twice a week, and they can ask you questions. They can get in there with you, and they're actually changing. They're actually seeing results from the information that you're giving them. That's why it's so important not to just record something and then put it out there. It's kind of like the same thing. Like, I used to never really get when my brother or my dad would say, I would be like, well, why can't we go do this thing, or, or go out to eat, or go do whatever I wanted to do. Why do you have to watch the football game right now? Why do you have to watch the basketball game right now when it's live? And they're like, it's not the same if you record it. And I'm like, and I never got that for years. I'm like, who cares if you have a TiVo or if you have a DVR, record the thing and watch it later. They wanted no parts of it. They're like, you know what, recording's okay, but I would rather be live. They want to feel the energy. They want to feel the same energy everybody that's watching it live is feeling right then and there, right? So it's the same kind of concept. People would much rather, yes, people listen to recordings, but, imagine how much different that it's going to be when people can reach out and they can interact with you live with other people, and they're like, wow, this is awesome. Not only does it give you social proof when other people are interacting as well, but it's giving them a chance to ask questions and to feel involved, and it builds community. So if you don't have a live weekly recording, I suggest you just schedule one, put it on your calendar for the next 4 days. Within the next 4 days, schedule it out, map it out, invite maybe 1 or 2 people to be on it with you. You can actually get a free account, a 30-day trial of GoToWebinar.com. I highly suggest getting that rather than a GoToMeeting. I like GoToWebinar better because it's a webinar. You can see it's video, and your guests who raise their hand or whoever you want to bring on, you can actually choose to bring them on, and then their webcam pops up and you can actually see them as well and go through things with them. And if you're a coach and you just want to see them, you want to get that real connection, that one-on-one connection, like as if you're sitting across from each other, you can do that. And the GoToWebinar service, I find, is a bit more I like it better than the Google Hangout platform, even though that's what I'm using now. I love Google Hangout. However, sometimes when you're streaming on Google Hangout, it just gets a little choppy, depending on like what you have running in the background and things like that. I just noticed, even people that have really great Mac computers, Google Hangout tends to sometimes just not be so reliable. Hence why I'm actually not having my video on, because sometimes it just doesn't work out for me, and I'll do a whole recording or training and doing video, and I'm frozen the whole time. You can hear me, but I'm frozen, and that's really obnoxious. And so just to kind of get over that little hurdle, set up a GoToWebinar account. Free 30-day trial. You don't even have to insert a credit card, which is really cool. You just basically just set up your free account, and there you are. And you can choose whatever package you want. Excuse me. Had to take a drink of water. Number 2, the second thing you're not doing is having a private mastermind Facebook group on Facebook where people can go and they can feel like that's really where your community starts. That's where you can let them know what time the webinars are. That's where they can go to interact with other people throughout the week. You can keep updating them. You can keep providing them value. You can even shoot a little training, 10-minute training for them and post it in there and constantly be updating them, on when your webinars are. It's a lot more, and I'm liking it. A lot of people are doing this because even with GoToWebinar, you can integrate it with your email autoresponder. And when people opt in to your webinars or opt in to receive your free gift or whatever it is that you have, they'll automatically be registered for your webinars. So they'll not only get an email to their email address about your webinar coming up about a day before and then an hour before, whatever, however you want to set it up, but they'll automatically be registered for the webinar, so they don't have to just go and re-register every time. Also, what's really great about having your own personal Facebook mastermind group, not your team, not your recruiter's mastermind group, not somebody else's mastermind group. It needs to be your own mastermind group. You have to establish yourself as the leader, as the team leader, as the person who is in charge of your tribe. You are the leader, not in charge, but you are the leader of your tribe. And so that is a great way to start, is to have your own private Facebook mastermind group. Also, a lot of people don't read their emails, as you know. We all know a lot of us are opted into many different email lists and things like that, so we might not see the reminder for the webinar, but guess what? Everybody is on Facebook all day, every day. I would say a good 90% of people that have a Facebook account are on that thing most of the time. They're always checking it. They're always getting updates. And a lot of people, I know some people, I had no clue about this, but they actually get notifications for when I post my updates, which I thought was really interesting. I was like, wow, you get a notification when I update? Like it goes to your phone? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, that's cool. So it's really cool. And you can even just set the tone and just say, hey guys, set it on your phone so that anytime you get anytime that we're posting in here, just to make sure that you're updated with us, make sure that you have, the notification set on your phone, to let you know when we post and when we're updating, so that you can stay updated, stay engaged, get the training, get everything that you need so that you can succeed in whatever it is, whatever your chosen field is, whether it's sales training, whether it's, building up your team for your affiliate, your affiliate company, your affiliate marketing company, whatever it is. Just make sure that you just have that covered. You want it because it's really your home base. That weekly webinar is going to be a staple in your business. It's going to be really, really strong, a strong asset to your business, because it's something that, once you record it, you can eventually turn it into a training series or whatever, or give it away as free gifts or whatever you choose to do. There's so many things that you can do with these webinar series that it makes it really, really, it just makes just for so many options, for the webinars. But anyways, but back to the private mastermind group. Having that mastermind group is essential. And a great way that you can do that to add more people to your group is when you're, because a lot of people get leads, or they get, when you're running traffic to your website, your squeeze page, or you're reaching out to people on Facebook. You can always just, instead of saying, hey, how are you, just wanted to get to know you, you can say that, but then also say, hey, I have a live webinar on XYZ topic, and if you like, I can add you to our Facebook group, and you'll get updates on when the webinars are. Just something really simple like that. Like, do you want to, be a part of our private mastermind group? We study, powerful communication techniques. powerful closing skills, whatever it is. Let them know, hey, this is what we discuss. I can add you to my group, right? And then you have those weekly webinars, and always on your webinars, you always have a call to action, okay? And then you have a call to action, and then, you know, you'll turn those people who were just there to get value into customers. They're going to turn into customers, right? This is what I'm seeing is happening. I'm starting to implement this myself, and it works. People want to be engaged. They want to know what's up. They want to get there. They're like information whores is what, I forgot who said that. It was so funny. Somebody's like, yeah, people in our industry are information whores. They want information. But that's okay. If it's valuable information that they can take and use and go and implement in their business and get success, hey, that's awesome. But just know that there are people out there that want the information you have. They want it. They're dying for it, right? So make sure that you have a place where they can come and they can get that information. Number 3 is using your time. The number 3 thing you're doing. The number 3 that you're really don't laugh at me. The third thing that you're not doing that's killing your business is not properly outsourcing busy work. And what I mean by that is, you know, reaching out to, you know, 500 people a week on Facebook, or, you know, checking emails. You know, if you have an email account that has 80,000, you know, emails in it, and, you know, you want to get it all down to one, you know, and you're sitting there all day, you know, deleting emails, it's not something that you should be doing. You need to be providing value. You need to be, you know, following up with new members in your business, new clients. You need to be making sure that people are getting the proper information. Post in your Facebook group. You know, reaching out to new potential clients. These are things that are the money-making activities that you need to be doing every single day. You only need to be focusing on things that are going to bring in revenue, things that have to make you think, things that have to make you put pen to paper and start writing notes down and map out a plan for your next training or your next webinar that's going to bring in $10,000 to $20,000. You know, you can easily sign up for a VA on Odesk. Now, I will say I've had quite a time with Odesk, because I'll have, you know, a VA who, you know, who they'll say, yes, I can do everything you ask for, blah, and more. And then when it comes down to it, they go MIA and they say, well, I had a death in my friend's family. My 20th cousin, twice removed, had a death in the family. And so I won't be able to work for the next week because I'm just so distraught. And, you know, and so you have to be very careful, because those things do happen. You have to be very careful. And what I say to people who are new to getting a VA, because it's very important, if you have a VA, your life will be so much simpler. I promise you. They can set appointments. They can check emails. They can delete emails. They can follow up with people on Facebook. They can reach out to people for you on Facebook. So many things they can do. But you do have to make sure that once you're posting in Odesk or whatever these other sites that you can hire VAs, you have to make sure first that you're very, very clear about what the tasks are that you want them to do. And I wouldn't try to give all these, you know, huge tasks to just one person. If you have a lot of things that you need done, I would suggest possibly hiring a project manager, somebody that is used to, that has experience with managing other VAs as well, so that you only have to report to one or excuse me, one reports to you, and then they basically manage the whole team. You know, maybe there's 2 or 3 other VAs on board, and you have a team, and they're, you know, each one's doing tasks such as, you know, Facebook marketing, and then you have one doing SEO, and, you know, one person just following up and reaching out to people for your, you know, for interviews, or for, you know, to enroll into your Facebook mastermind program. It is so awesome that when you just start to reach out to people in your audience and you say, hey, I have value, let me add you to my Facebook group, these people will actually be like, yes, add me to your group. You get them on the webinar. If they don't buy from you right away, that's okay. It's cool. Because they probably will in the future. Maybe might take them 2 or 3 webinars, but hey, guess what? If you have a $5,000 product, or a $10,000 or a $20,000 product, who cares if it takes them 3 weeks to make a decision? You know, the sale's going to go through anyways, right? You know, maybe they just need a little bit more information. Maybe they need a little more time for payment. You know, there's many different things, but if you don't have somewhere for them to go, if you don't have a place for them to reside in your world, then they're not going to know what you're doing, and they will forget about you. So you have to constantly be in their face. You know, you have to be in their face. But as far as, you know, the outsourcing goes, it's very, very simple to do. Like I said, just be very clear. Odesk does have some great resources for virtual assistants, you know, but I would say that just be very careful. Go through the interview process, you know, take it like you're the boss. I'm going to interview, you know, candidates, you know, for this position, and they need to be the right ones. And don't be afraid to spend a little more, you know, on the right VA, you know, but I would always go with, you know, doing a fixed price for them instead of an hourly price, because if you tell them, hey, I'm going to give you this much a week to do XYZ tasks, you know, this is what I'm going to start you out at, and then, you know, in the future we can look at actually, you know, increasing that. But as for now, this is what I need you to do, and I'm just going to start you off small, and then we can build from there. You know, those are great options. But, you know, Odesk freelancers are good. You just have to be very descriptive in your post about what it is that you want. Let them know you are not BSing around here. This is your business. You're treating it like a multi-million-dollar business. And if they're going to give you BS excuses, you don't need them on their team. And it only is going to take one time for them to cut up, and they're gone. You know, you have to really, really not be so, you know, oh, well, it's okay, or, you know, I understand you know, you didn't call me for 3 days, you know, I'll forgive you. No, none of that. You have to make sure that everything is running smoothly in your business. And if you have a VA who's not there for you, you need to cut them loose. So take your time in the interview process. Take a few days. Send out as many posts as you know, put out a good post, a very descriptive post. You know, interview at least maybe 20 to 30 people. Just set aside some time to do that. You know, if you find a good person on the first, you know, 5 people that you interview or that reach out and say, yeah, I'm interested in this job, fine. Hire them, give them a chance. Give them a task, one task to do of messaging 500 people a week on Facebook, and, you know, and then see how they do and see how they are, and then you can, increase their tasks as you go along, as you see they're going to be consistent and they're going to stay with you. Anyways, but that's pretty much, those are the 3 things. You need to, number 1, implement weekly live interactive trainings. You need to have a private Facebook mastermind group where people can go and they can find you, they can talk to you and connect with you at any time. And then you need to properly outsource your busy work and only focus on the money-making producing activities. And I promise you, if you get these things done, if you do these things and you just take the time and be a little diligent with this process and make sure that it's it flows and it's beautiful and it all comes together, you will get better results. You will be offering a ton of value to your audience. They will see that you're consistent. Your community is going to hold you accountable. And, you're just going to find that you're so much happier in life because you're actually thriving. You're actually having a flowing online business. And that is what I want for you. So I hope this was helpful. I know that some of you guys are probably like, this is, you're an information overload. Just stop, breathe, and just get to the basics. Get to the core things that are going to really make a difference. And I promise you, if you just add the value, if you bring your tribe together, if you have a home for them, a home base for them, your Facebook mastermind group, and you continue to deliver value, continue to be consistent, you will have a thriving business online. You will have an abundance of people that will continue to flow into your community, and they will love to give you their money and do business with you. So I hope this was helpful, and until next time, I will talk to you guys later. Take care. Bye.